Hello everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. It has been heralded as the largest Filipino monument in the country. After nearly 2 decades of waiting, planning, and designing, the ribbon cutting has finally taken place. Channel 35 cameras were there for the official opening of the Filipino town Eastern Gateway.
Today we are at the big unveiling for the historic Filipino town Eastern Gateway, and I'm so proud to be here because we are not just celebrating the largest Filipino monument in LA or in the state of California, but in all of the United States.
This landmark gateway is part of a vision which started 20 years ago when the LA City Council designated this neighborhood as historic Filipino town. So the community feels that this is the culmination of that vision to materialize in a historic landmark that marks the neighborhood.
So the installation was actually about a month and a half ago, but the curation, the manufacturing, that's been in the process for about 3 years. It's like a dream come true. A lot of them have been working on this for just over 20 years, making this a reality.
As a Filipina, as an Asian American, it feels so good to do this with the community during AAPI Heritage Month. LA is home to the largest community of Filipinos outside of the Philippines. This is where we work, this is where we play, this is where we build a life with our family and our friends. And we know that the rise in anti-Asian hate is something that everyone is impacted by. And so with this monument behind us, we know that it is a symbol not just to the Asian and Filipino community, but to all immigrant communities, that this is not just our city, but we belong here.
When I walked in and I saw it, I smiled ear to ear and my heart was bursting with pride. This says, you've made a difference, you've made America better, you've made California stronger, and it's a point of great pride for me and the entire Filipino American community.
It's very significant because of our history. So now they built this, and this is very, very meaningful and very significant to us as a Filipino community.
This gateway, the historic Filipino town gateway, is so important to me because this is a symbol of the community, of the Filipino American community here in LA City.
What does it mean that we call a neighborhood like this historic Filipino town? What does it mean when we call a neighborhood Little Tokyo or Chinatown? It means that we want you to feel like this is your home and that we celebrate you in every possible way, including in our public spaces.
Los Angeles prides itself in the monthly festivities that observe diverse cultural recognition, and May is no exception. This month, we relish the myriad of communities engaging in a celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
It is my great honor to welcome you to the opening ceremony for the City of Los Angeles' celebration of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Today, we kick off a month-long celebration of the history, culture, and achievements of Asian Americans and Pacific Islander communities that have played an integral role in shaping our city and nation.
We know Los Angeles was built by the brilliance of this community, that this is a community which we know not only runs Los Angeles, but also belongs in Los Angeles.
Over the past 2 years, the pandemic has made life difficult and challenged everyone in unpredictable ways, the AAPI community included. Still, I have witnessed incredible strength and unity from various groups and communities throughout the city, something that gives me hope that our voices will be heard and represented.
It takes all of us speaking out to stop needless violence and discrimination. And I am so proud that Los Angeles has and will always stand with our AAPI community.
I now know more than ever that our voices are necessary, that AAPI voices are necessary. We must be here, we must stand up, we must represent our community. And I'm so delighted to be celebrating this month with all of you.
Now I'm very excited to introduce our 2022 RISE Awards.
For our first award presentation today, I am honored to present the 2022 RISE Award for Journalism to none other than the incredible Michelle Lee.
Thank you so much. This has truly been a journey, and we hope that we can still ride the wave and make some impact, and hope that you celebrate being very Asian every single day.
The work of APALA is needed now more than ever to defend the rights of essential workers, many AAPI workers on the front lines who face poverty wages and unsafe conditions due to corporate greed, to advance immigration reform, and to fight for the rights of immigrant workers and immigrant youth.
House Roots was started by 6 Valley kids that wanted to start a community-focused, cause-driven coffee shop without compromise on quality.
For over 30 years, we have fought for API representation in film and television because what we watch on our screens should reflect the world in which we live and project a better one.
The main reason I make films is to bring empathy and understanding towards our community, the Asian American Pacific Islander community. So I will continue to do that work and bring love and awareness to our community.
Thank you again for spending your time with us today, and have a wonderful month.
We will have more festivities recognizing AAPI Heritage Month later in the program, so stay tuned. In 2022, Angelenos will be selecting the next mayor, controller, and city attorney for Los Angeles. In the fanfare of campaign promises and lawn signage, it can get pretty muddled about what the outcome of our local election means. We sat down with Los Angeles City Clerk Holly Wolcott for a brief primer on what to do and what to expect for LA's coming elections.
The June and November elections in 2022 will decide the mayor, city attorney, and city and controller, as well as odd-numbered council districts and even-numbered LA Unified School District. The mayor is the chief executive for the city of Los Angeles, and many of the programs that Angelenos will experience are part of the mayor's proposed budget, and so to weigh in on that, you need to vote for that office. The city attorney will handle any misdemeanor prosecutions and neighborhood conflict resolution, and the controller watches all the city's funds. So it is really important for Angelenos to vote for an individual that they have confidence will keep watch over the city's funds and make sure that they're expended appropriately. The city council and the mayor decide how funds are spent here in the city of Los Angeles. So that will mean the impact on your life will be which streets are paved, or which trees are trimmed, or how many trees are trimmed. So it can have an everyday impact with fire, with police. So to vote for your local representative probably has one of the largest impacts on your everyday life. And so that's why we encourage everyone, if they're eligible to vote, to make sure you are registered and to vote at the local elections. If an Angeleno is already registered to vote, they will automatically receive their ballot in the mail. If you're not registered to vote by May 23rd, register to vote either online at a post office or here at the Los Angeles City Clerk's office. If you're not already registered to vote and a vote center is open, yes, you can go in and register to vote right there, and they will give you what is called a conditional ballot. June 7th, and that is the final day you are able to vote. If you're mailing it, it must be postmarked by that day, or you can vote at a vote center that day, but that is the last day. Now, many vote centers are open up to 10 days in advance, and all vote centers are open 4 days in advance of Election Day. If you need additional information, such as where different drop boxes or vote centers are, you can go to lavote.gov.
Council President Martinez delivers her AAPI Heritage Month address. LA City is facing new watering restrictions, and citywide sports programming gets an adaptive makeover. These stories up next on City Beat.
Council President Nuri Martinez recently wished a happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month to the AAPI communities of Los Angeles. The Council President acknowledged the invaluable offerings of AAPI communities, from Little Tokyo and Koreatown to Filipino Town and Chinatown. Martinez further addressed and condemned the unfortunate rise in hate crimes against members of the AAPI community, sparked during the worldwide pandemic.
It takes all of us speaking out to stop needless violence and discrimination.
To learn more about events that commemorate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, visit culturela.org/events. Mayor Eric Garcetti has announced new outdoor watering restrictions to combat the current extended drought. The new conservation measure will reduce the outdoor watering restriction from 3 days a week to 2 days a week before 9 a.m. or after 4 p.m. The Los Angeles City measure will be more lenient than the 1 day a week restriction imposed on many Southern California municipalities as of June 1st. Mayor Garcetti notes that Los Angeles' active engagement in conservation practices has saved the city from more austere restrictions. To learn more about the coming changes to outdoor watering restrictions or water conservation rebates, visit ladwp.com. The Los Angeles City Council has unanimously approved a motion that expands citywide sports programs to include people with physical disabilities. The Department of Recreation and Parks will be called on to develop adaptive sports programming in conjunction with the Department on Disability.
Today's motion makes sure we're underlying everybody. Everybody should participate in the sports that we offer in our parks.
The Los Angeles Play LA Youth Sports Program already includes an adaptive sports program thanks to support from the LA 28 Olympic and Paralympic Games Organizing Committee. For more info on current and upcoming adaptive programs, visit the Activity Registration tab at laparks.org.
Homeboy Industries is the largest gang rehabilitation and re-entry program in the world. From its bakeries to its training programs, the organization has supported former gang-involved youth and previously incarcerated people since 1988. The organization recently hosted a healing circle at their Art Academy location in cooperation with Council District 1. Take a look.
So today, the Arts Academy invited us to participate in their healing circle using the arts. And for those that participate in the arts, know that arts is a very healing activity. It really allows us to let go of ourselves and to really be vulnerable, to allow things to hopefully change in our lives. So today was a pretty amazing experience. Homeboy Industries and other nonprofits are providing opportunities for young people, especially alternatives to being involved in gangs or unfortunately getting involved with the juvenile or criminal justice system. So as a society, we really need to be providing young people an opportunity and a pathway to hope.
For somebody that doesn't know about Homeboys, I would tell them that Homeboys is a place that you can come get a second chance, and people that are like recently incarcerated or youth that need help with guidance and mentoring, it can help them get a second chance at life. I would tell people about Homeboys. It helps people grow, and there's different tools they can use here to rehabilitate into life and to be in a regular community again.
If they really want to change their life and leave it in a positive way, this is a great way to start. Homeboy will never close their doors to them, even when they're not ready. Homeboy is not going to kick them out. Simply try to help them and motivate them to continue to move forward rather than close their doors on them and watch them fail. So this is a perfect way to start a fresh start if it's something that they're seeking. It affects me in a positive way because I just paroled in March of this year. So I really came out with a mindset of changing my life. So being actually able to talk to the kids and be able to be there for them when they probably don't have nobody to hear them out, then that makes me feel better as a person. It tells me that I'm doing something good for somebody else. I'm doing something that somebody didn't do for me when I was younger.
Art helps me heal. Art is like my therapist. Every day I come here and I grab a pencil or I grab a piece of paper and I just go all in. And it's just like music to some people, or it's just like just like a religion to some people. It's actually very helpful. You should try it. I recommend people to try it.
If you want to learn more about the different programs of the Homeboy Art Academy, you can find out by visiting homeboyindustries.org/services. A new community farm has made its way to Council District 15. The heart of the harbor in Wilmington has repurposed a city-owned lot for residents to grow organic fruits and vegetables with a few chickens thrown in. Take a look.
Today we're here at the Heart of the Harbor Community Farm, grand opening in the city-owned lot. And we've been able to secure a long-term lease with SPCC to have this land available for the community to act as an urban farm for folks to grow organic fruits and vegetables and really understand what it is to cultivate their own crops.
This space is to expose children, the younger generations, to where our food comes from. We're calling this the community farm just because we are gonna have some livestock, some chickens, and then we're gonna work with the city to see what other animals we can have. When we first moved in, every square inch around this lot was graffiti, and when we started painting the walls, a lot of people put doubt in my head. Why are you painting the walls? They're gonna end up coming back. It's been about almost a year, and nobody has come in here to paint the walls, and so that to me basically is telling me that the community has accepted this space.
I am planting corn, and I'm gonna see it when it happens. We rent these plots for $10 a month, and we take care of them. If you don't take care of them, then they will go to somebody that needs it. You know, there's a big list. Today is our opening day, and I wanted to make sure I wet it, made it look good.
Estoy aquí haciendo amistades con muchos amigos que vienen aquí, puros de la tercera edad, y pues estamos felices aquí de tener un plantero.
A mí me gusta mucho sembrar, cosechar, pero aquí nos motiva y nos sentamos bien tranquilos cuando venimos cada día. Es una cosa muy bonita. O tengo pepinos, rábanos, calabacitas, habas frescas, cilantro y chiles.
Come and check out the garden. We're located on the intersection of Eubank Avenue and L Street in Wilmington.
The AAPI Heritage Month events continue. The Warner Center Chamber of Commerce hosted the inaugural Asian Valley Cultural Festival at Pierce College in Council District 3. Check this out.
Today is our very first Asian Cultural Festival.
This is the first annual Valley Asian Cultural Festival.
An event like this is going to bring all of us coming out to showcase our beautiful cultures.
We're here to showcase our Vietnamese culture.
It's excellent. It's the best way for people to understand about Asian culture. And you know, Taiwan is the heart of Asia. So that's why we participate in this event.
Event like this is very great for the Asian community, but it's not only for the Asian community, it's also for everybody. You know, we have some fun activities here, food and everything, and you get to see people. I mean, it's been a while that we see a lot of people, right? So it's nice to be out here and just have a day with the family.
We're expecting about 2,000 people to be here today. So we're very pleased and honored to have all these people.
America is like a melting pot. People come from the whole world, and we are part of that.
We come from all different countries and different culture, so we just bring a little bit of ourselves to share with everyone.
It's really great to see all different cultures.
It makes me really happy that we're back now in the community. Just gathering with everybody makes everyone happy.
Hoping for this will become a popular event and become every year event.
When celebrating any culture's heritage, it is important to recognize the current achievements of diverse communities, as well as recognizing and preserving an accurate legacy of accomplishments. Enter the Los Angeles Public Library. We paid the Central Library a visit where they happily showed off a few prized pieces from their special collection and rare books departments, each celebrating AAPI heritage.
I'm happy to present to you a selection of materials celebrating Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month here in the Special Collections Department. First, I want to present to you a pair of Yue Kiln Celadon, which was presented to the library from the Chinese Historical Society. Underneath this one here is a stamp of Los Angeles Public Library in Chinese. Underneath this second one is a stamp of Los Angeles Public Library in English. So this is one of our prized gifts here at the library, and if you make an appointment with the Rare Books Room, you can come and see them here. We are aiming to strengthen our collections in this area. If you are thinking about getting rid of materials that tell the stories of some of these communities, please consider bringing them to the Los Angeles Public Library so that we can care for them and make them accessible for future research and posterity.
If you're ever interested in exploring AAPI cultures, one of the great places to start is here in our language learning resource centers. So we have 3,500 languages here. And of the AAPI languages, we have Chinese, Japanese, Korean, but we also have Marshallese, Hawaiian, Fijian. So pretty much these are, the languages, our resources are here available for you for free as library card holders for the city of Los Angeles.
Our Big Read program, on May 19th, we're going to have Rise, a pop history of Asian Americans from the 90s to now. We're going to highlight The Best We Could Do, which is a graphic memoir by the author Thi Bui. We'll have a whole bunch of different programs coming out. We made reading guides along with Vietnamese translated reading guides. We have book clubs, genealogy programs. We have all kinds of cooking programs. So lapl.org/events. Catch out all our different programs, and they're all free.
Over the course of more than 2 decades, Assistant Chief Dominic Choi has risen through the ranks of the Los Angeles Police Department practically step by step. His ascent was recognized last year when he became the first male AAPI Assistant Chief in the department's history. In our feature this week, Assistant Chief Choi talks about his new role and how his background has influenced his career success.
I've been very fortunate to have worked, I would say, almost every rank. I was a police officer in patrol. I also was a field training officer, or a P3 as we call them. I was a detective. I was a Sergeant 1. I was also a Sergeant 2, and then I was a watch commander. I also was a Lieutenant 2. From there I promoted to Captain 1, and I worked all 3 ranks as a captain, and then I was a commander. I was the deputy chief at Central Bureau. I was the chief of staff as a deputy chief. I was promoted about a year ago to assistant chief. So I've worked every bureau in the city. I've worked almost all the ranks in different capacities, and I think all of that has prepared me for where I'm at today. Each of those positions, you learn something new. Now I'm the director of Office of Support Services, and the reason why these experiences help me is because this job is not typical police work. So I oversee all of our hiring and recruitment, all of our psychologists. I oversee our $1.9 billion budget, so fiscal group is underneath me. Our motor transport division, so our entire patrol fleet. Our jail, so all of our custody service officers. I also chair all of our officer-involved or categorical use of force review boards. I also oversee our training bureau, which is all of our in-service training, which is all of the sworn people, and all of our recruit training, the new recruits coming in. Facilities management division is also under OSS, the headquarters, all the stations, those are all under my purview. Records and identification division, evidence management and property division, EMPD. I think I got all of it. As far as the API community and being the first of, I've never looked at myself as trying to get to the next step for the API community. I like to expand my span of influence because I can make a bigger difference for everyone. We need to be proud of our heritage, but we also need to be able to assimilate. Koreatown's a great place, But what I talk about when I go into those neighborhoods and talk to the communities is we need to learn to assimilate outside of Koreatown. If we want equity, we need to be involved in mainstream businesses, mainstream conversations, not just stuck in our communities. Sense of community is great. We need to branch out. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's good to have a sense of community, but you need to be involved in mainstream conversations to be relevant. You can't stay in your bubble and expect to influence the masses.
Launch into your Memorial Day holiday with LA Fleet Week. Spend quality time at a family arts workshop, or experience a concert of music for Baroque keyboard instruments. All this up next on Things to Do.
The Port of Los Angeles invites Angelenos to LA Fleet Week. This Memorial Day weekend event celebrates our nation's sea services with activities on the LA waterfront. Past events have included military displays and equipment demonstrations, aircraft flyovers, the Galley Wars culinary cook-off competition, and much more. In addition to being a public event, LA Fleet Week also facilitates numerous symposiums and outreaches focused on community resiliency, disaster preparedness, and support for area residents. Fall in line with LA Fleet Week, happening May 27th through May 30th. For a complete list of scheduled events, visit lafleetweek.org. The Sun Valley Youth Arts Center invites you to their Saturday Spring Family Art Workshops. These outdoor workshops are free to attend and fashioned for the whole family. Try your hand at painting, design, model construction, and more. Spaces are limited, so don't miss your chance for springtime in the sun. Spring Family Art Workshops at the Sun Valley Youth Arts Center happens May 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, please call 818-252-4619. The Edendale branch of the LA Public Library invites you to the latest entry in their Edendale Up Close online series. On Thursday, May 26th, Arthur Omura will perform selections for the harpsichord in a program that features music for Baroque keyboard instruments. Omura is a specialist in historical keyboard instruments who has performed at the Boston and Berkeley Early Music Festivals and given numerous performances in Los Angeles and the Bay Area. The Edendale Up Close concert featuring Arthur Omura happens Thursday, May 26th at 6 p.m. To get the Zoom link to attend, email eden@lapl.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.